Hello, come to paint a Easter bunny with me. I start from the ear. I wet the area first. The colors I use are charcoal grey and cerulean blue to paint the rabbit. The first layer I paint the rabbit skin is a very thin dilute wash. When I finish this layer, I will start to do another layer to darken the color. Just quickly paint another layer on the first one to the shadow area to darken the color. Once you're happy with that, leave it dry and move on to the next area. If you put a little bit color out of the line, and you can remove it by using a damp clean brush. Now I put more color on and the shadow area, and then blend it in. Okay, I'll put a more darker color and then stronger color on the rabbit, and then I use a damp brush to blend all of these colors in, so give it a sort of a fluffy rabbit fur looking. This is called a feathering technique, and by using a damp clean brush to blend the pigment in and to create this a vague sort of a fur looking effect. for the back of the rabbit foot, I used the same color, charcoal grey and the cerulean blue, added a little bit of Knockton rose to give it this pink sort of flash color. Now using the same technique to paint the rabbit tail, and put some color on and then leave the edge blank, so you got white edge, and then you darken a little bit color, just give a shadow, and so create this 3D looking, and then use this damp brush to blend the color in, and then now you can see the rabbit tail looks quite real. The top is got some white looking hair, and then the bottom's a bit darker, and then we just darken up a few areas to create the shadow, and then make this rabbit look a bit like 3D. Now I have finished painting the rabbit, I'll move on to the eggs. To paint the eggs, you need to wet the area first using wet and wet technique, and then once the color's dry, you will see this clear and tidy edge around your egg. When you paint many eggs together, don't wet all of the eggs at the same time. You should paint it sectionally, and so in that case you would see this clear tidy edge of each egg. Now I finish painting all the eggs. I am going to decorate with some metallic watercolors I made earlier, and they are a bit dry now. I just add a little bit of water to remoisture the color. If you want to know how to make your own watercolors with different pigment, you can also have a look at my previous video called How to Paint with Iridescent Colors. In that video, I have shown how to make your own watercolors with a pigment. from Pigment, and so yeah, you can have a look at that video. This is a beautiful day, looking at the grass in my garden. I'm going to put them here in this painting. I used cadmium lemon yellow, cerulean blue, and the chrome green to do the grass. As the grass in spring is very new and young grass, and they actually look yellow. So I put a yellow color first and then mix with the cerulean blue to give it this light green color. In addition to this, I also added some chrome oxide green just to darken area and create the shadow, different shadow looking in the grass. Time to create some shadows. Yeah, I put some shadows under the rabbit, and now the rabbit looks more like give us some 3D looking instead of a little rabbit floating in the air. So I just quickly add some green color, and then on top I will layer it up with a darker green. And layer by layer, and then let before the colors dry, before the areas dry, layer it up, and so the color would mix really well on your painting, and they all sort of blended in really well. This is wet and wet technique as well. Now my Easter Bunny painting is finished. I hope you enjoy watching it and have a go yourself. Let me know how you get on. See you next time.